And I am doing a huge live stream on Friday. It's going to be the longest Minecraft live stream I've ever done. It's going to be 100 days, but you're going to see all 100 days. It's going to be over 17 hours, and this is my last live stream before then. I'm doing it a bit earlier, kind of as a preparation for something so long. However, just as I was about to get started on my Nether mining, which is a very important project, something interesting happened. Lightning struck, and I'm just so used from my super flat world to seeing this as a huge opportunity that I think to myself, you know what I need to do? I am in the very fortunate position, I'm in the very lucky position of, like having all of the mob heads, but they added a new mob head that I don't have, and so all we need is a channeling trident, we need a name tag, presumably, and we can get ourselves a creeper that is charged in some way. I mean, not with all this light we can't, but somewhere we can, it'll be a lot of fun, because this is what happens. Oh no, we just missed lightning. Okay, well, next time I guess we'll do that. If you want to prepare for 1.20, one of the key things you need to do is get yourself... It was lightning literally seconds before I started, and then it ends seconds after I start. You know, it's fine. Gonna try and stay for the whole 17-hour stream on Friday, by the way, says Angela Van Kampenhout. Honestly, I would appreciate that a lot. I think there is going to be, like, a single-digit number of people that are there from the start to the end. Wait, it looked like lightning. Okay, you know, I'm crazy. It's fine to be crazy, but what it's not fine is running out of food. So we're going to go put away our stuff. We're going to get some polished deep slate. That definitely felt like lightning, right? I mean, am I going crazy at this point? I'm going crazy. There's a 17-hour live stream on Friday. I'll be there. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some more. I wanna make a fun announcement for it. So I've got Thursday's video planned as like the last announcement, basically. Yeah, I am doing a 17-hour live stream on Friday. If you're curious as to why, what, where, how, again, I'll make like a nice fun announcement. I'd appreciate some support on that when I do it to try and get the word out. So that, you know, ideally, I don't want to do the live stream and then realize no one knows about it. So, you know, like, people, because what always happens is like when you make something is like people afterwards are like, I would have loved to watch that, I just didn't know. So it's important to get the word out so that people who want to watch it can watch it. No pressure plate for your door to close and open. Now, I'm not a believer in the pressure plate door. I'm whatever the opposite of a believer in that is. That's what I am. An unbeliever, a disbeliever. I disbelieve in the notion of the door. You know, actually, let's go kill some cows instead. You know, I've needed some leather for a while anyway. I probably need to re-up on my one of my tools in here. Yeah, we'll re-up on the Silk Touch pickaxe, and then we'll be great. Been here a minute, but I'm glad to be hearing of this 17-hour live stream. Yeah, so I knew a lot of people would catch up the first time. That's the challenge of announcing things, is making sure you get the right balance of doing it in a big enough way that people hear, but not so often that people are like, I get it, Toy Cat. You're spending a whole day of your life. In fact, you know, usually I'm awake for, what, like, you sleep for 8 or 9 hours, you spend like an hour in bed before that. So this is longer than a day. So I can do 100 Minecraft days the legit way. I'm just so over, like... Also, because it's raining, I'm getting fake beef. I'm getting the worst version of beef. So yeah, it's gonna be a whole crazy thing. I'm also a non-believer in the pressure plate door. I'm a pressure plate denier. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think that pressure plates should be required, and so I act as if they don't exist. Is that so much to ask? The answer is probably yeah. So yeah, I've got myself a ton of raw beef now, which definitely does not do the same job, but that's perfectly fine. On Bedrock, the plate leaves the door open 20% of the time anyway. Yeah, on, like, again, I even on Java it's not ideal, but on Bedrock I just never enjoy it. It always, something goes wrong or weird, and you know it's meant to save you time and effort, but I don't think it actually does. I am a pressure plate non-believer, and you can't tell me what to think. I only put pressure plates on the inside. Yeah, that seems like a good safety feature. I'm not gonna hate you for that one. I mean, I'll hate you for lots of other things probably, but not that. That can go on the not hate list. Also, I forgot to put the lever away, so now it's going in here, I guess. As well as some eggs. We'll just throw that against the wall, problem solved. You can always solve egg problems by throwing them away, pro tip. And now we're gonna go get a ton of deep slate. I don't let myself get pressured into plates. Also, hi, I'm new. Do you know when 1.19.50 is coming out? So there's a funny, there is a chance that during this stream, we have to, like, quickly panic and run around because 1.19.50 is potentially coming out. I'm not saying it's going to be likely, though. Also, yeah, we're going to take a ton of this cobbled deep slate. Oh, that's regular deep slate. Very easy to get confused, by the way. Just take as much of the cobbled deep slate as we can. In fact, we should probably just take a whole shulker box full off the cobbled deep slate, right? Maybe. And then that should be our strategy. We'll throw the soul sand in here. Got a lot of soul sand. Got a lot of shulker boxes too, it seems. And also got far too many cobbled deep slate chests. Yeah, one of these should definitely just be a shulker box, so I can bring it with me. Fully. Okay, let's do that actually. Oh, this is regular deep slate. Okay, let's take the cobbled deep slate and let's put this in a chest, in a shulker box. Then we can put the regular deep slate where we're taking out the cobbled deep slate. There we go. Honestly, does anyone else find these textures to be way too similar for blocks with far too different uses? Is that just me? Why can't we craft deep slate into other things? I understand the vague idea, but I'm just very confused. I'm just very confused as I go in and out of this. So, when will 1.9 release? I hear it might be an extremely controversial update. It's true, if you'll believe it. No, there is a brand new update coming out for Bedrock, potentially today. The odds are probably not, but it's not a definite no. It's like, honestly, any given Tuesday for Minecraft, like, is there an update coming out? You better find out. And you gotta find out the fun way, I guess. So we'll take this deep slate and put it in here. There we go. And then we'll take out all of this cobbled deep slate. I'm going to have so much of this that I really don't need to think about this too much. But now we can take this entire shulker box. Exclude the deep slate. You know, we'll exclude that stuff when we get back. It is a little bit of a mess right now. I definitely need to do the chest organization stream at some point. You know, maybe instead of finishing this stream, we'll just move to chest organization at the end. How does that sound, internet? It took me, just to get that shulker box situation lined up, 16 cooked beefs. That is about 2 minutes, which is fine. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Streaming at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's such a chaotic Toycat thing to do. Yeah, if you don't know, streaming... Also, this is true for videos. There's a golden period of time if you are an English-speaking creator, because most of the English-speaking world, like 95% of it, or something, I guess I should say primary English-speaking world. There's a lot of people, we got Aileen here from the Philippines. We got people from Australia. We got people from South America. We got some Indians. We got like a cool variety of people here. However, it is important to say. Also, is this just polished deep slate, right? It is just polished. Let's confirm. Yeah, that's polished deep slate. So now let's go through. Let's replace these holes. Just because, you know, this Netherrack is getting a little bit ugly. I think I can finally do better than it personally. That's what I think. But yeah, why can't I tip for Streamlabs? Have you tried turning it off and on? That is quite weird that you can't. I'm sorry, Jan. I appreciate that you want to. I'm very confused as to why you can't. Norwegians too, speaking from personal experience. Oh yeah, but I guess my point there was to say, oh Christ. Man, I hate these guys. My point was to say that most of the English-speaking world has like a Goldilocks period of overlap where it's fairly late in the evening for Europe. It's, you know, just like home from school or work on the West Coast, and then on the East Coast, people are just about home. Oh, sorry, I guess it'd be just out of work or school, already home from work or school on the East Coast. So you get like a lot of the world, and so if you want to make something that you want English-speaking viewers to consume, which is most people who make content in this language, then that's the way that you do it, generally speaking. By the way, yeah, we still haven't finished the kind of rows going up this way, especially the top. That's a big one. So I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna make sure we got it right. I don't think we did get it right, actually. Okay, this 5 at the top is definitely correct. And then, you know, let's start with over here. I can see why this is confusing already. So we'll start with over here. We'll avoid ghasts. Wow, that was nice and easy. So then it's 2 blocks. Yeah, that's definitely true. Then it's 2 blocks. Yep, that's definitely true. Let's jump down real quick. I just don't like ghasts. You know what? Playing peaceful, I'm starting to see the benefits now. Hey Toy Cat, what platform are you playing on? My Xbox One has Minecraft being laggy. It's really annoying. I'm playing on a Series X right now. Here it is, if you're curious. There's no way of knowing if it's a Series X or an Xbox One X, but you can take my word for it. I am playing on a Realm, which has really, really low render distance. So my performance is better than the average Xbox Series X user. Yeah, I guess we just walk, and we gotta... If this is the way we gotta do it, this is the way we gotta do it, I guess. It's not fun, but it's what we're doing. Yeah, I feel like ghasts have gotten better aim recently. Am I crazy about that? I think I must be crazy. Yeah, it's been a fun experience in the learning. Okay, so it's 2, and then it's 2, and then this is where the 5 actually starts, according to this side. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is where there should be a 2. So we'll have to remove this entire layer later, presumably. This is where there's a 2. And then this is where there's a second 2. So this whole block is misaligned. How can this be correct? Where did I make the corresponding mistake for this whole thing to have lined up so wrong? So this is 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 5. Whereas this is 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. You know, I don't see the mistake. But it's fine. Okay, so let's just go over here and let's quickly confirm that everything is okay. So after this comes a 2. And after this, which by the way, I need to make a whole ton of these. After this comes a 2, yep. And then after that comes a 5. So I do the 5 as I have done right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2. And then 2. And then 1. And then 1, and then... Oh, and then this is 2. Wait, but no, that can't be 2, because that's... Yeah, no, and then this is 2. Okay, there we go. We have not worked this all out yet. So, somewhere in here, there's an extra block there shouldn't be. Also, thank you very much for the $10 tip, Jan. Oh, wait, sorry, we got a tip from Moot for CLP 1000. Toy Cat is. CLP. I have to Google that currency. CLP currency, Chilean pesos. Hey, see, like I said, we got some viewers from outside of that. Token hacks in advance, Viking. You come here on Friday as I'm home ill, although I'm sure your company is worth much more. Hey, thank you, Polly. That's a nice type of compliment. I like that type of compliment a lot. You know, you're saying I know your time is valuable.
To be enjoying turkey for Thanksgiving on Thursday, since you're in the United States.
I think. You know, actually, I'm gonna be. So okay, something. I don't have a family in the United States. Last year, or maybe it was 3 years ago. It was pre-pandemic, so. But you know, everyone knows that pre-pandemic means last year for most people. So last year, where is the mistake here? I can't spot it. I'm gonna have to look at this from a wider angle and spot it from over there, maybe. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to join Turk. I don't have any... I think what I might do, though, is... I don't know, I bet there's going to be some, nice thing I can do for myself that avoids being alone, right? My partner's out of town, so I'll be alone for Thanksgiving, get some takeout and drink a 6-pack, maybe play some Minecraft. Yeah, I would totally do that if I didn't have a 17-hour stream in the morning. Because that actually sounds like a good way to spend Thanksgiving. Okay, chat, where is this misaligned? Okay, so it's 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. On the right, it's 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Oh no, it's not misaligned at all. This is correct, as long as that block is in the right place. I don't know how I made that mistake, but this is a-okay. Yeah, okay, wonderful. So I've now corrected things. There's a lot of blocks that probably need to be removed at some point. But I think this is right. Yeah, that's good. You're in Vegas, spent Thanksgiving in a casino. Tell you what, chat, for every happy Thanksgiving I get, I'll bet $1. I'll bet $1 on what day is Thanksgiving? The 27th? The 24th? I'll bet $1.24 on a roulette wheel, and then either I'll make a lot of money, or crazy enough, sometimes the casino might make some money, and I'll be tipping the casino. No, I learned one of the craziest facts to me, like is you tip your dealers here, or you're meant to tip them like this is the dumbest tipping etiquette guide in my opinion. You tip the dealer a percentage of your winnings. It's like, I don't think you understand how gambling works. If that's what you're doing, then you're like, whose idea was that? It feels like it was made up by a casino dealer somewhere who's like, yes, this is just what people do. Like, I feel like you can convince people tipping is correct in any profession if you just go, it's what people do. Ooh, you don't want to be one of those people who don't. Like, people just tip their streamers when they like them. That's what people do, right? If you don't do that, you're... Ooh, I mean, you can not do it. Yeah, you can. Like, I feel like social awkwardness is a much more powerful tool than, like, trying to force people to do something. Like, if you tell people, like, there's a resort fee, they're gonna be like, ah. But if you say, like, oh yeah, well, you can just tip the hotel an extra $40 a night on top of the room, and then you'll have access to it. And people are like, ooh, yes, I am a sophisticated tipper. You know what? The Cravings buffet and the Mirage is insane, and the buffet includes the bar, endless beer, lol. Buffets in Vegas is one of my favorite, I do love buffets in Vegas. I think actually, that's how I'm spending Thanksgiving. I bet there's going to be some Thanksgiving special at something around here. No, okay, let me explain to you. Okay, I do want to talk about my 17-hour live stream. It's a very big thing. Don't worry, internet. I'm going to do 100 days, but legit, you're going to see all 100 days. It's going to be ultra hardcore, not just regular hardcore. And we're going to make sure we remove the usual thing that people do to kind of cheat hardcore. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. But first, I want to talk about buffets in Vegas. This is my passion topic, this is the thing that lights the fire inside of me. Because when you go to a normal buffet, the usual deal, like if you're at an airport or you're at a restaurant that costs you like $15 to get in, they make a lot of food very cheaply. They work out that bread is very cheap, noodles are very cheap, rice is very cheap, etc. And the food that isn't that is usually not that great, or they get really upset with you when you eat a lot of it. So the Vegas buffet is, you'll pay a little bit more usually, like between $40 and $80. There are cheap buffets in Vegas too, but you can pay $40 to $80, which seems like so much for a buffet. Like, that's like going out to a restaurant, right? That might be a bit more than going out to a restaurant. But then, included with your $40, or if you go to the Win one, which is the nicest one, I think, for $80 seems like a lot, but you've got like genuinely restaurant quality food that is all you can eat. It even used to be like delivered to your table for a little bit during the pandemic, but it is all you can eat. It is an unlimited amount of good food. You're thinking like, well, I mean, what sort of good food? Literally, there's a steak carving station, and you can get steak. Do you want to get it's like prime rib. I don't know if prime rib is good. I think people seem to think that it is. Do you want creme brulee? That's a fancy dessert. Have 12 creme brulees if you want on the side of your steak. I think that's not taking great use of a buffet, or it's taking the best use of a buffet. It is the beautiful thing about Vegas buffets is the fact that it is not, it seems expensive, but when you really think about it, like going out to a restaurant, then including drinks, then including tips and taxes and blah 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 blah, you're actually spending a lot more than you think at a restaurant. Like, even if you go to like, I've been to Applebee's a few times, I've been to Olive Garden a few times. A lot of people think it's funny that you come all the way here just to try low-tier food, but I like to do it anyway. And you think you're spending $12 on a burger, but then you get the bill and you've spent like $35 a person because all of those other things. And wow, I mean, it was so busy here, you had to tip. Wow, it was so empty here, you had to tip. So long story short, I like the massive pile of cocktail shrimp. I don't know why cocktail shrimp is associated with Vegas in some way. I have no idea who made that association, but it's just a big pile. And it's good. You grab a ton, you grab that sauce it comes with, and then you go back for a plate of steak. Then you go back for a plate of just like barbecue sausages. Then you go back for some tamales and some sushi, and Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Vegas buffets are like Minecraft. No one can tell you how to play, only with more lobster. Yeah, there is they have lobster. They have crab legs. They have like all the sorts of things that are seen as like expensive that you wouldn't cook for yourself. And so yeah, as long as you go with an appetite, you're gonna get great value out of it. If you go with 2 meals worth of appetite, now it's cheaper than going to a restaurant. Yeah, I'm just saying. And if you go with 2 meals worth of appetite and you do the thing that, let's be honest, you're all gonna do, where you eat too much food, you get in like days worth of food for $40 to $60, which again sounds like a lot, but it's amazing food. There will be some things you try that are like the best things. I'm still, I don't know what grits are, but I had some grits for the first time at I think it was the Palms buffet, and I cannot stop thinking about those grits. They're just so good. Grits is such an ugly name for a food. It is so ugly. It's about the variety. Yeah, people say variety is the spice of life, and then the norm at a restaurant is to order one dish and then eat your one dish. It's, you know, I try to do this with friends, and I think I'm the weird friend. I'm like, let's all try a bite of each other's food. You know, like, I want to know what you ordered, and you... Also, where? Come on, Ghast. Okay, this is why we need the tunnel to finish, by the way. So I'm going to fly all the way away from the Ghast, just so I can fly back. Did they make an update recently that makes more Ghasts? Because I swear it's gotten worse. Okay, we're back now. Let's definitely seal off the tunnel, solely to protect against these guys. What would you say one of the biggest differences between the UK and the US? Hope you're doing okay, says Caitlin Margreta. The biggest individual difference is there is not a single journey you don't do here by car. You can, in some cities, there are... Besides New York. New York is the exception to this. And transportation seems like a really small thing. Like, what difference does it make whether you're in a bus or a car? Well, when you're driving, you can't respond to people, letting them know that you're doing stuff unless you text them at stoplights, which is apparently, you know, like, basically okay here. Also, paying some tax in advance, you keep your company on Friday as I'm home ill, although I'm sure companies... Wait, I just read that one. Did I hear the notification noise, or am I crazy? You know, I'm definitely crazy. They did change Ghast spawns, Nether spawns in general. I remember they did it a few years ago, but it's just so bad at this point, and I don't even know what I'm meant to do about it. Like, I have protection on my armor, besides my helmet. You know, I don't know, maybe I should just be wearing a chest plate or something. How are you feeling today, Toycat? Figured I'd check on your mental health, make sure you're all good. Thank you, Kyle Reid. Kyle Reid, maybe? I'm doing pretty good today. Thank you for asking. I had like a... I don't know, I've been okay, this is my like life pro tip. When you know you're about to be sad, it's really tempting to like give in to the sadness and to like be the saddest you can be, because that's what you, and so I've been trying my best this week to like actively, I guess the word would be like stave it off. It's like I've spent a lot of time like I'm trying to work out, and I'm trying to like expose myself to the things that would make me happy. It's going well so far. It's going well so far. Yeah, I even think like like working more, my schedule has changed to reflect some things, and it's been kind of fun. Also, I don't go to the Nether anymore. It's so annoying. Yeah, the problem with Ghasts is they're so tricky to stop spawning. Like, I do understand they need to exist, but I also just wish they'd exist somewhere else, am I right? Also, I'm so happy for you that you're having a good day, says Yusuf Nav. Hey, thank you. I'm happy. I hope that you're having a good day. I really do. You deserve one. I've been going through the opposite thing, going through a breakup so as not to fuck that up. Oh, pretty much the opposite thing. Yeah, no, I think you bottle up your breakups. I think you deal with them when it's best rather than when it's worst, right? Like hypothetically, if you were in like a foreign country and you got like a big holiday coming up and you got like lots of work that needs to be done, I think you should get that done first. Potentially, I might say. My train lied about being 15 minutes late, so I missed it. See, that's an interesting difference, right? Is when you're late in In the US, it's because of traffic, which means to some extent it's because you didn't plan to leave early enough. If you're late because of a train, there's literally nothing you can do besides catch the earlier train. But what if that train is delayed and, you know, like, it's much harder to do. There's more of like a culture in that. But also, like, it means when you go out, it's like, oh yeah, just so you know, like, the idea of a designated driver is so hilarious to me. It's like, so you know this thing that teenagers love to do? Well, we can't do it legally and also get to the place where we do it legally. So one of you has to designate yourself as not... So, you know, like, I actually think that's kind of cool. If you're not into drinking, you can be, like, a valuable friend by being like, hey, guess who's not drinking tonight? And everyone's like, yay, we can all go home. That means we can all enjoy ourselves. Yeah, no, I think that, what enchantments do you like? You know, I still say, even though mending is way better than unbreaking, like it's just over the top OP, might need a nerf, some might say. But, oh man, my stomach hurts. Oh yeah, my stomach really hurts. I should fix that for Friday. That's something I should know. I can enjoy playing Minecraft all day, but only if we can get that working. So many Netherrack blocks broken. That's super cool. You deserve the turn off yourself or whoever else. I don't know if you have friends or not. That is the most inadvertently hilarious comment I've ever read. You know, I don't know if I have friends or not either, honestly. Isn't that the eternal struggle we all have? No, I think with to go real for my little joke here, because in case you're agreeing with that right now, I think the way friendship actually works, a lot of people have this attitude of like, oh, they didn't even try and contact me. And it's like, it takes two to make a friendship work. If you're not making it work, you can't be mad the other person also isn't. Like, I know it's really easy to be attention starved. I think that is like an easy, big, prevalent problem in society. But also at the same time, like, you know, it's not your friend's responsibility to contact you as much as it isn't your responsibility to contact your friends. It's like both of your responsibility to get that done correctly. So Kat, what's the end goal for this tunnel? I just want to connect up the I want to connect up the different sides of my world via the fastest way possible. If I showed you the journey I was taking before, you'd it's kind of ridiculous. Also, IBS toy cat. You know, I know IBS is like a generic term for like all sorts of different things, but it is kind of funny that that's a thing. Also, aren't we your friends? Says Schnobles 110. Also, yeah, IBS toy cat indeed. Yeah, you know, Unplanned Baby, I can't believe they stole it from you. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I think that... the reason why, by the way, is like I'm eating very poorly right now. Probably that. I also had a ton of like caffeine yesterday. My body just does not like caffeine. I don't even know why. What's wrong with caffeine? Speaking of caffeine, I got myself some Mountain Dew to wake myself up. You know, when you can feel the pain it's doing to your body, but the melon tastes so good anyway? That's when it's good. There's going to be an ice pathway in the tunnel. So I put an ice pathway in here right now. I don't think I'm going to keep it. And the biggest reason why is if ghasts are going to spawn in the tunnel, they are eventually going to destroy it. And I don't know if I want that. In fact, I do know that I don't want that. I'm gonna go crazy and say it. I think that's a thing that I do not want. And so I'm going to make sure that I don't. I hate coffee taste, but I love the smell. I think a lot of people are in the same boat as you. I think there's like a... I think a lot of the way that people enjoy food is through their smell. Like, smell... You know, appearance of food really is important. And smell of food really is important too. They're underappreciated sometimes, but they are both incredibly important factors in the culinary experience. I think texture is underappreciated too. Like, we think food is about taste, but the way it feels in your mouth is really important. Unplanned Baby is such a good username, says Generic Ego. You know what, Generic Ego, you do have a nice username, but it isn't as good as Unplanned Baby. It is true. Wait, ghast can spawn in the tunnel. I don't know why they can spawn in the tunnel. Like, ghast spawning is a really tricky one to fix. I think if I place, like, a ton of, like, fences in the ceiling and then have, like, a lantern hanging off them, it might make the box not big enough to spawn in a ghast. Right now, though, they can. My partner thinks smelling food is weird. Lol, says Sergeant Yeatum. You might need to get your partner tested for COVID. You know, isn't it funny? Okay, I was thinking about the term partner recently, so I'll give you my thoughts right here, internet. Isn't it weird we use the... Because I think partner is like a nice, like, gender-neutral way to describe your romantic, person that you lay on top of on the sofa. And the interesting thing about the phraseology of partner, in particular, is like it's also how we describe like, oh yeah, he's a partner at my lawn firm. Oh yeah, I think it's like or like howdy partner, right? You know, there's loads of different ways we can use the word partner, and I want at some point to deliberately confuse people that way. So like I'll be like, I'm waiting to reveal something exciting to you all, internet. This is my new partner, and then it's my business partner. I feel like there's a great there's something great in there. I can't work it out right now. That's definitely not it. But there is something great in there. Is anyone my partner in crime? Oh man, that makes me throw up when I hear people say that. Like, no, you're not committing any crimes with your partner. When you commit battery or like, 4th degree murder, now get back to me and call your husband or wife your partner in crime. But are you not actually committing any crimes? Well, then they're not your partner in crime. They're just a person that you hang out with. That's my take. I always think howdy partner when people say it. Also, isn't even putting a partner and a fiance. A fiancé is when you're engaged. Engaged is such... Okay, this is I have free medical care in the US, so up to £1 million, so $1.2 million. So I get $1.2 million of medical care in the US for free. Whatever. It's like I think that might be an American flex, but that's just like very normal as for travel insurance. But I'm mentioning it solely because it covers me and it covers a fiance. It covers someone I am engaged to at the time. But like, isn't it really easy to fake being engaged to someone? Like, if it was gonna save their life, they have a really serious issue, they've broken their leg, and it's like, oh yeah, just so you know, we're engaged. Or what if I engage to her after? What if I find a stranger on the street, a homeless lady, who really needs some medical care? Can I ask to engage her and then be like, let's take you to the hospital now? Maybe more people should do that if so. Partner being used like that must annoy cops. Howdy, partner. How's it going today? Me and my partner in crime. Which is... what is engaged and fiance? So engaged is when you're... These are such dumb... This is like a dumb question, but I'm glad someone's asking it, because like, I didn't know until embarrassingly late on these. So engaged is when you've agreed to be married but aren't married yet. You can back out of an engagement by just not, and you can only back out of a marriage by annulling or divorcing or whatever. So you're closer than... Being a boyfriend is just being someone who lays on top of someone else on the sofa, whereas being engaged means you've made a commitment to yourself and those around you. You will at some point get married. We are engaged in insurance fraud. Buster Sharp. That is... That's the line I want to use. That's... It wouldn't be inaccurate, right? I mean, it might be a crime to say insurance fraud while trying to use insurance. But I like the idea enough anyway. So I'm totally going to do it. I feel like partner is a bit more mature. Yeah, I know. I do agree with that. Like saying if you say like boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, it does give me like, like 14-year-old like he said yes kind of vibes. A little bit, just a little bit. I think that's probably the reason people say partner. It implies like, oh yeah, we live together, we pay bills, or something like that. You know, there is more to our life than. Also, you know, I just feel like I shouldn't have to deal with this many ghasts. Should I just bring a bow with me to the Nether next time? I think I honestly, I should have kept that trident on me. I mean, I should get a loyalty trident. Should we do that, actually? Yeah, I think it'd make my life a whole bunch easier. I think I have to put mending on that trident. I don't know if it already is equipped with it. But I think it's definitely... I say my other half. Oh, okay, you know, I hate my other half. Like, oh yeah, my other half is just like this. It's like, what do you mean your other half? Do you have split personality? Or are you so attached to someone that you can't describe yourself without describing them? You know, that's okay if that's the case, but that seems like, you know, sir, I'm just asking what the weather's like. You don't need to give me a deep analysis of how ingrained and attached you are to this other human being I don't know. You feel me? Do you feel me? Significant other is gender neutral. I think most terms are gender neutral, right? You can just say my romantic friend if you want to be gender neutral. That's like people who use better half. Oh yeah, better half's even worse. You're right. Oh yeah, that's the worst one. That's too much. You know, not only you attached to someone else to the level where you can't not explain it to strangers on the street, but also, you know, you go a step further and you imply that this other human being is so much better than you that if you didn't mention it, that there would be a problem. You know, that sounds to me like where the real problem is. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my trident back. I definitely have a loyalty one in here. So, oh, it's actually already enchant. Perfect. So I'm gonna go use this enchant, and this is gonna be my new solution to ghasts. I don't think I should have to use it, but you know, we adapt to the scenario we're in. So, ghasts need a solid block and 5x5x4 spawn. If you slab, pressure plate, button, or glass floor, they won't spawn. That's going to be annoying if I've placed buttons all over the ground, but if we have to do it, we have to do it. When I was growing up, only my parents and queer couples used partner, so I have a pretty strong association between partner and gay and lesbian couples. Yeah, I guess you're right, there's a... I wonder if that's a good or a bad association to have, you know? Like, is that, like, valuable? Is that helping you? Is that helping anyone else? I don't know. But that is I see the association when you say it. So yeah, look at this. There's a ghast there. I was gonna say not anymore. That's not. But where am I? Okay, there's my trident. There's a ghast there. Man, there needs to be like a ghast damage enchantment for this because that's horrendous. Also, okay, there we go. So we'll just do that every time we see a ghast or a blaze or whatever. Problem solved. How are you spawning? Okay, so then we have to do it again. I'm not sure this is solving a whole bunch of problems. Also, that takes a long time to get back to me. Also, where did it go? It didn't go to the ghast. Did it get blown up? Okay, there we go. Okay, I think he's leaving anyway. Okay, just one more of them, and we're good. Honestly, this sounds a lot easier than it is. I think a bow of infinity, or just a whole stack of arrows. Yeah, because you'd want mending, not infinity. Might work better for this, honestly. Okay, let's just jump. And it's gone anyway. Perfect. All the way over. What about SO, whatever it means? Significant other. You know, that's like a nice... You're being polite about someone, but also a little bit more reserved, right? Like, oh yeah, that's someone I care about a lot. But you're not saying, like, that is the essence of my being. The person that without, I would be nout. What would the ghast damage enchantment be called? Big ghost slab. Yeah, big. There should be big white blob enchantment, and when you have it on your trident, it does more damage to big. Honestly, flying mobs should be a category, right? Because there's phantoms, there's the ghast, and then there's vexes. They're all annoying. It'd all be easier if they could instantly die. Oh, that was weird. they'd all be easier if they were all dead. And so I propose making them all dead. That is my idea. Ghast exclusive enchantment. You know, this is the Screamy Explosive Boy enchantment. It specifically works well against explosive boys that scream. I think that's a good idea. So, yeah, but significant other is a mouthful. Yeah, you know what? The easiest term is just human being. You know, just honestly call people by their name. Oh yeah, that's Joan. That's Sam. My neighbors are called, if you want to know, they're called John and Sam. What do you assume about my neighbors? There's just 2 of them living there. What do you assume about my neighbors from that fact, internet? Tell me right now in the chat. I wanna know if I need to like present the information about them in a different way. Also, this is my person I'm in a relationship with. This is the person I've decided not to see. I've decided not to entangle myself with other people for the pleasure of seeing. There we go. What is Sam short for? You don't get to know that information. The rent costs less of 2 people. Honestly, it does. Okay, so a lot of people will hit back and say like, why should we have to? But pro tip, if you have a male friend that you can somewhat get along with and you don't think will leave dishes in the sink until they attract flies, or rather a lady partner or a domestic partner or whatever. Oh Christ, man, that magma cubes have such a reach. Today I'm learning. Don't hit me again. No. It's just so many fireworks to waste on this. Okay, but it's fine. Back over and let's do this. But yeah, are John and Sam frogs? John is male. Sam could be either any. So no idea. I know John and Sam. See you in a few minutes, toy cat. Oh no! I gave away my neighbors' identities. No, I actually, that probably does narrow me. Like, how many Johns and Sams are there in London living together? Like, if there's 8 million people living in the city, so that's gotta be, although I didn't say if it was London or Las Vegas. I mean, in either of those cities, like, that probably is me narrowing it down to, like, you know, like, what, like 300 households that I could be next to? I guess then I could be either side of those. So there's like 600 places I could live if you have access to the database of where all the Johns and Sams live in London. I mean, in London or Las Vegas. Could be either city. I actually have 4 neighbors here. Or I have like neighbors above, neighbors below. I don't think anyone actually considers above or below neighbors to be neighbors. Oh, they sometimes drop heavy things on the ceiling at 5 a.m. Like, you know, there's always the stereotype that living in an apartment, you hear noises from people above and below. I think I'm the noisemaker for the people below. Because I've had people complain about me before, but I've never heard anything worth complaining about. Besides here, specifically at 5 a.m. Like, I think someone must be falling out of bed or something. Like, literally, like, it feels like the thud of, like, oof. Okay, you know what? We got the trident for a reason. You're gonna die. Not even because I want you dead, but just because I don't want me dead. Oh, yeah, you need to have 2 tridents for this job, I think. Also, I hit the fireball, not the gas. Yeah, you need to have 2 tridents for this job, or it takes too long. Vertical neighbors are still neighbors. Yeah, I consider everyone in the building neighbors. Yeah, they you wanna hear about my? So it's weird because I've never like considered like everyone. You know, I've never really considered that to be true. But here there are like regular events for you to get to know other people who live there. And one of those events was like a lingerie party, and that was a wild time, has to be said. But there's also like weird things and like open mic nights, and I don't know if this is like the normal amount that built, because you know, like I do know, like I visually have seen enough of my neighbors now, and I think that's interesting, like to have a third place that's like actually inside your own building. Like, you know, if I need space for my own apartment, I can go to big shared area. And maybe someone comes past. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Also, yeah, I just think a lot of people consider their whole neighborhood their neighbors. Oh yeah, those people are wrong. If you live 10 minutes away from someone, you're not their neighbor. You are their, you know, you share a road, right? Like, oh yeah, the thing about going to Norwich is you gotta take the A101. That's what you have in common with the person who lives vaguely in your neighborhood. Like, oh, but you gotta take the A68, or sometimes it's worth taking the A503, depending on how that one goes, it is. You know, that's the ridiculous thing. If you meet with them in a shop/pub and talk, I don't think I'd talk to anyone in a shop or pub. I mean, I talk to people in pubs, people you go with. I think that's an interesting difference between the modern world and the old world. It'd be cool to have, like I watched a video where someone, like, claimed, because they, you know, there's this version of there's a version of a country that you'll hear when someone's trying to, like, describe how cool and interesting the country is. Then there's the version of the country that actually exists, you know, like, oh yes, in France, they go to the bakery every morning, and then the guy, you know, I think this is Jamaican accent for some reason. But, like, you know, in France, they have McDonald's too. Right now, there are 100 French people, probably like 10,000 French people, chowing down on a Big Mac. Oh, Christ. Okay, big bad combination of things here. Also, are those zombie pigmen upset with me? It looks like they are. Is everyone else getting the vibe that they would like to not be friends with me right now? I'm just getting that feeling from them, you know? I can't even tell you why. Can't even be sure about why. So yeah, let's run along this, make sure this is working as fine. Still being chased. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, and there's also ghasts. Yeah, what a wonderful, I mean blazes. What a nice place this is. You know, all the neighborhoods come out to say hello to me. It's very kind of them to be so considerate like this. Also, see that? Ghast is spawning in the tunnel, and it's actually going to cause me problems. See, I think ghast-proofing this place is something I actually have to consider. OMG, McDonald's in France is so good, says Amy S. Yeah, honestly, I love French McDonald's too. See, right, that's the real French culture. Is McDonald's that is incredible. Is McDonald's you're excited to eat. You know, like, so, a lot of people do go to a bakery. Bread and cheese, is it bread and cheese? Yeah, cheese and bread. Such an amazing culinary delight. But at the same time, you know, I guess I guess bread and cheese is probably every day. But, like, not everyone's having a croissant for breakfast every morning. A pastry for breakfast is a big indulgence, even if you're one of the Frenchies, you know. How do you ghast-proof? Yeah, that's an interesting question with an interesting answer. Is the way I would describe it. So let's take all the cobbled deep slate out. Let's turn the rest of let's hide in here a little bit more. Make me some polished deep slate. Nice. And then we're also going to start filling this up with Netherrack, because what else are we going to do? And then we'll remove these blocks for something else later. I'm not sure what. So, ghasts are just the worst. I cannot stand the new spawning quantity. It is just, it's too much. It's too much for me. But it's fine. I'm working on coping tools. Like, I just avoided a ghast over there, and now there's a ghast up there. Too much. Too much. McBaguette. Coffee and croissant is a famous mini breakfast. I know I had a taco for breakfast today. I'm not Mexican. Was that a Mexican breakfast? It wasn't. It was just what I had in the fridge. Like the majority of people, it's really easy to mistake a culture with, you know, things that are more prevalent in a culture. It's easy to mistake those with things that everyone does. And I understand. I see why. I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to say, like, oh, yes. You know, even the thing I mentioned. Also, where's my trident? Okay, there it is. That took so... Also, come on, two of them. Oh, I can't see anything. No, get me out of this. Get me out of this. This is just insanity. No, get me out. Ah. I shouldn't have to... Okay, you know, bedrock healing and ghast combined is too much for me. Just Is your armor durability okay? It is. It's so much. It's so much to deal with this. You don't have to. It's okay, Toycat. You don't have to pretend post 1.16 gas spawn rates are fine. I mean, I do think they're better balanced. Like, obviously, the gas should be a scary place. It just feels a bit too much sometimes. That is the truth. Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. I love what is happening to me right now. This is what should always be happening. There's no doubt about that. At least as we enclose the tunnel more, we'll make it all better that way. So okay, no. Are we fine? Yeah, we'll just head to this way a little bit more, and we'll be great. You should get protection or fire protection 4 on the gold helmet. Yeah, or even blast protection at this point, right? Like, I think that might be a good idea. So yeah, I think that it's really easy to mistake something that happens more frequently in a certain place with the only thing that happens. Also, I think now is the time a new update would come out. Let's quickly confirm whether it has. I'm just going to quickly do a little check. There is no update out yet, so probably not going to be an update till next week. We're probably that means we're probably going to get a new beta for the new update tomorrow, which is good news. 1.19.60, I guess it will be. And it'll probably include all the features that are missing. Maybe even some more. Projectile protection, I think, is better. Also, look at how many piglins there are down there. I wonder what has led to that situation. Anyway, yeah, we're going to make a nice big tunnel that connects here. I don't know how the connection is going to look at all. I think that's something I actually should work out before I do too much more else. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just have these top blocks connect first. And if they look too ugly, we'll leave just the top blocks. Problem solved. So this goes along there. Yeah, we'll just make this go all the way out. We can see quite clearly where this should go. We've made the opposite of the mistake now, and then that goes there, which means that this now is the 2 blocks going to the left, and then 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 to the left, and now we've connected it up. And then we do the same for the next row down here, and eventually we'll have a connected tunnel, which is fun to say out loud. Overall, I think Protection 4 and everything but the Elytra is good enough. Yeah, I think honestly, Protection 4 is a lifesaver, no doubt about it. There's a few things, you know, that are gonna require some more, but that's most of it. Also, in other words, ghasts need a 5x5x5 spot to spawn, and your whole tunnel floor makes that possible. Yeah, I think what I need to do then is I'm gonna place on the ceiling and on the floor buttons, I guess. Yeah, I think buttons will be the best job. So, yeah, I think gas-proofing is a good idea. That might be a fun Let's Play episode, indeed. But yeah, for now, oh gosh, this is a lot. We need more specific mob / mob type enchantments. We have projectile, blast, and fire. We need something to combat air mobs. Yeah, like I said, I think a flying base protection enchantment would be pretty cool. Not saying it has to be done, just saying it would be cool if it was. But yeah, by extending the tunnel outwards a little bit, it hopefully starts to... I know it does something, I hope. I'm not sure what the something is, but I do know that I want the something. And so then we build this out here, and then over to here, and then I think that's a mistake actually, so remove this block, and this block, and the tunnel's good. So that means we should have gone inwards there by now. And that means this should probably be inwards. And that means that should go away. There we go. Nice and easy. Place the blocks around. Is that a creeper? Oh my god, that is a creeper. What are you doing there? I forgot this is a weird corner of my world where regular mobs seem to spawn in the Nether. What a strange feature. What a strange feature indeed. But yeah, just by slowly connecting up each of these rungs one by one, we get a more connected tunnel that looks and feels a little bit better. Also, how long has it been since a Let's Play? I put way too much pressure on myself for the Let's Plays, and then they became less frequently. There's this I don't know, creative conundrum of like, the longer it's been since you've done something, the better people expect the thing to be, which means that you'll put longer into it, and then it's a big endless cycle. I need to just break the seal and be like, okay, here's how we're doing it. It's important. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's what I just need to do. So you can stop a ghast spawning by trapping 2 name tag ghasts in a minecart. I think it'll also be effective to. Also, wait, there's no 5x5x5 spots in here because there's no squares that are 5x5. I think the squares can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the only squares you can get are 3x3 in here, like a 3x. So that means that they're spawning like in the air somewhere, right? So yeah, I think the easiest way to prevent those would be if we did place like a fence post on top of every like. I think these torches every now and then, having like a fence and then a torch might be a good idea. And then we'll do the same from the ceiling, but with a lantern hanging from them, maybe. That could be a good idea. Probably on the ice pathway. Yeah, it could be the ice pathway itself, actually. That's not a... Okay, wait, let's run around till one spawns. And then let's, like, use it as our example. If he spawns on the pathway, that means it's the pathway itself which is causing a problem. Which means all we gotta do... But even then, like, if he can spawn on the pathway, he clearly doesn't need physical blocks and... Nope, they can spawn there because of the hitboxes being 1.5 blocks. Okay, so... Do you see any ghasts spawning right now, Internet? The one time you want one, there's just not a single one spawning. Change the title from 6900 to 69420. You know what, that would be funny, but it would be lying. And you know what, lying for funny? I guess that's okay on the internet. It's not my personal rule of thumb. The parts of the tunnel in the open air should have a glass window. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Do you think the glass window should be the top? Or... Yeah, where should... I actually agree. Maybe on the side. Like, a block of glass. Maybe could be cool. I actually like that idea, Daniele. Yeah, I think on one side, big glass window. Could be a really fun idea. Or maybe on the top as well as the side. I think just the side. Make it out of glass. And it'll be great. Okay, anyway, let's keep connecting up these corners. It's tricky to do, but someone's got to do it. So, block there, and I'm doing this wrong, never mind. And there, and there, and there. And then the next layer, you remove these two, place those. And then the next layer. Yeah, going diagonal after doing so long of not makes you appreciate just how much easier it is to do it this way. But it's okay. So, Kat, what are the dimensions of the tunnel? It is a 24-block diameter tunnel. Wait, is it 24? 5, 9, 13, 15, 17, 19. It's a 25-block diameter tunnel. It is a perfect circle, but then it's going diagonal, which makes it look not like a perfect circle. You definitely got to make things wider when you go diagonal because of the weird square rule. I guess it would have been like 7 blocks for the base rather than 5 when we went in the tunnel, but we didn't. It's fine. Lying for funny is my favorite hobby. It's a lot of people's favorite hobbies. The only hobbies people like more are the ones that scream and cry and tell them they hate them. Shooting in the dark here, but if you change it to peaceful, there won't be any ghast spawning. Joke, though. Honestly, if you're playing a normal Minecraft world and you get annoyed by this sort of thing, I could see why you might switch to peaceful temporarily. In my case, I can't switch to peaceful for anything because then my my Elder Guardian will despawn, which is quite a big downside. Also, I guess we should kill the ghast. We'll finish him off. Gone. Yeah, I didn't see where he spawned, so I can't. But that, yeah, ghasts have such an interesting hitbox. Do the ends of the tunnel lead significant areas? I just joined, says Dankman6. Yeah, they do. So on one side, I've got the whole of my world, all my builds, and all the pretty stuff. And on the other side, I've got my you know, what's the warden, the ancient city. I destroyed an ancient city. It took a very long time, but I've also got a fully functioning ancient city. So if I need to go to the warden, if I need to get some soul shards, or I want to get some skulk sensors, or even just skulk as a block, that's where I need to go to do precisely that. I don't think it would if it isn't loaded, but that is not professional advice. You know what sounds like professional advice to me? Okay, so run up here. Oh god, too many damages. All too quickly. Yeah, so that's why you're so resistant to peaceful mode. Makes sense. I think, like, I think there is also a level of, like, how do you even describe it? Like, moral integrity. Of, like, well, if you're just gonna switch to peaceful, then... You know, there is a point where you have to question, like, okay, but at what point is it just cheating? Yeah, like, I've always believed, play legit survival. I think peaceful is one of those things where it's like borderline whether it is or not. But I also just have like too much to lose. Like you'll mess up something in your Minecraft world when you switch to peaceful. It's just a guarantee. Something will be messed up by it. You won't know what it is. It might take you a long time. Like if I did get that charged creeper, I need to then make sure he doesn't despawn. He would despawn on peaceful. I suppose I have to catch up on my Minecraft. Oh, you do have to catch up on your Minecraft. It's good that you came here to do it. Minecraft's come some crazy way. I only realized recently that if you haven't been playing Minecraft for a while, there's so many things in modern day Minecraft that would probably confuse you, right? Like even what block am I using and what weapon am I using to kill these ghasts? You're all familiar with it if you play Minecraft. But if you haven't played in a few years, okay, so let's take them out. If you haven't played Minecraft in a few years, like, what the heck is going on right now? Is a really good question. Okay, oh, there we go, got him finished. There we go, one more of those. Okay, he despawned by himself. That's what I like to hear. So, Cat, what would you do if you died in lava and lost all your items? You know, I'm having, like, a real craving for limes right now. Has anyone else got that in their mind? Like, I don't know if this is a sign that I have scurvy, but I could just, like, suck a lime. I could just... I know people call British people limey, but I'm feeling so limey right now. The one thing that could solve my current feelings is a lime. You know, has anyone got a lime? Can anyone tip me a lime, please? I would like one. I would lime one. I would lime all over one. Limes are, oh yeah. Yeah, limes are tasty. Has to be said. Good fruit. 10 out of 10. Would eat them repeatedly. No, who the hell calls us limey? Oh, Google limey, I guess. Maybe that's the thing about stereotypes I was saying, where... You know how everyone just assumes, like, oh, if you hear it once, it must be everyone that does this thing. The same thing is true for, like, stereotypes about people. Like, you might assume that everyone thinks that British people have bad teeth. I bet most Americans don't know that stereotype. By the way, we all do have bad teeth. My theory is because we have free healthcare, but not free dental care. And, like, why would you pay for something that's cosmetic when you can get something that's life-saving for free? It's like imagine if lobster rolls were free, but you had to pay for... I don't know, what's the most basic food that's, like, still kind of... You had to pay for potatoes. You know, fries are amazing, actually. You have to pay for carrots, but lobster rolls are free. How many people are going to be eating carrots? Like, sure, they might be better for you than a lobster roll, but a lobster roll just tastes so good. I like lemons. You know, when life gives you lemons, what you should do is you should take those lemons and you should turn them into limes so you can tip Tweakat. Do you have fluoride in your water over there? We do. I think it's worth the trade-off of what it does to the frogs, solely for the benefit of I don't know enough about fluoride to be sure of this, so call me a big fluoride propagandist if you want. But I really do think that for a lot of people who don't, you know, like, brush their teeth enough, fluoride is like a lifesaver. I drink so much tap water, like, I definitely will have kidney stones. It's gonna be painful. You gotta be mentally ready for that, internet. I'll live stream the whole thing, don't worry. But like I mentally, I think that nope, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, no, I think fluoride water is like a good thing. Even though, like, I hate the idea that you can't opt out of it. You can't be like, I'll have that tap water without the fluoride. It's one of those things where, like, we all believe in people's right to choose until, like, it comes to things where we're like, ooh, but not for that. And then it makes you question whether you really believe in people's right to choose or whether you just don't mind people's right to choose. Like, you know, like, the controversial ones are, like, you know, vaccines or whatever else, you know, medical procedures. You know, like, I decide someone has the right to choose, unless they choose the thing that involves their body in that one way that I don't like. Am I talking about abortions or vaccines? Who knows? But, yeah, it's a crazy thing. I used to eat lemons when I was a baby. People thought my mum was bullying me because she gave them to me. Honestly, it's a good fruit. I'm not going to criticize your mother. You know, I'll criticize your mother for other reasons. Generic ego. But that's not the reason. Lamau Kidney Stone livestream will be members only. That is a good idea. Also, Lizzie S. I like how the first time I, bisexual, heard of the stereotype bi people are cheaters as someone saying it was true, but I didn't know it was a thing in the first place. See, that is one of those, like, complex things where I bet it drives increasing, like, insecurity about cheating onto people, which might drive more of it. And then also, I bet, on, like, a different level. Also, are we willing to go 5 up yet? Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, no, this is a mistake. It just hasn't gone up 5 blocks there. So, stack up high. Oh, Christ. Yeah, I think this would be a nice corner to put some glass onto. Thanks for the push to get me back in Minecraft now. I'm gonna go build a thing. Yeah, I've been working on a video for, like, changes made in the last 5 years you should know about. Also, did you see that? I ate, but then I didn't eat. It was confusing. Does an ice pathway still work with carpets on top? I don't know a good reason as to why it doesn't, but it does not, is the weird truth. Why people have more options as generic ego. Yeah, there is a... Okay, again, I have no clue. I've only ever dated very lovely bisexual people. But it does, you know, like, you can clearly see how... Okay, this is an interesting thing about jealousy, right? I don't know why we're talking about relationships here. But we are, internet. Jealousy is interesting because there's like 2 types of jealousy. There's jealousy because someone has what you aspire to have. And there's jealousy because someone has something you never could have. And even if that thing isn't necessarily good, you know, like if someone... You know, I know, here's a weird example that I've, like, heard from a few guys. When a guy just walks up to a girl, and instead of, like, you know, being funny or witty or saying anything smart, he just goes, "Hey, ladies," and then they go, "Hoo hoo hoo hoo." You know, that's, like, something they're jealous of. Even though that's the opposite of a good characteristic, right? That's just a yeah, it's being uninteresting as a personality trait, but being successful, maybe it's the success that's what people do. I'm not going to try and dive into the psychology of why men are the way men are. But, am I really out of all my deep slate already? The interesting idea in there is interesting. Or, you know, like, maybe you're jealous of 2 guys that girls are just like, wow, I like him not because of any reason besides a physical characteristic. So it's really interesting on that level, right? But it does stand to reason that sometimes you're jealous of things that you could never... Like, would you be jealous if would you be more jealous if your partner left you for a guy or a girl? It's a really interesting question, because if they leave you for a guy, that means you didn't do well enough. You were unsatisfying. If they leave you for, your same gender, I should say, or opposite gender, if they leave you for the same gender, that means that someone did better than you. Whereas if they leave you for the opposite gender, it's like you weren't even competing in that game. You know, I could not be, You know, if it turns out, you know, your girlfriend's a lesbian after knowing you, it's not like you can do anything. Or a straight person if you're a lady. It's not like you could do anything about that. It's not like that was a failing on your behalf. Whereas if they find you, but just 5% more attractive, or you know, like better eyebrows, or I don't know, what do people want in a human being? I'm a trans girl. I don't get dates. Oh, they come in really big bags at the supermarket, and they're really good for your digestive system. It's they're actually really sweet too. So I think you can aspire to have some. Don't worry. What if they don't care about gender and only personality? I mean, that's the reality of like even if your partner leaves you for something like that, in reality, it's down to the personality of like, I just like this girl because she's not always yelling about me not cooking the turkey well enough. You know, I don't know. I'd always be more jealous if I was a feminine person than if it was a feminine person than a masculine one. I can't be masked, but I never want to be. If that's femme, then I could have been that. Yeah, right. There's a, you know, like you would never be again like take it reverse for a guy. Like, you know, it's an interesting idea, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about this too much. But or someone's going to do the whole like, oh, Toy Cat, this is a Minecraft live stream. We're all 9 years old. You know, everyone else is 9 years old. Obviously, I'm not 9 years old. But it's an interesting idea about like different levels of jealousy depending on how similar to you it actually is. Because it is the truth. It's a weird truth, I'll grant you, but it is the truth. Okay, so this is a mistake because there's no single block going along here. So I have to mine out the top block of all of this. It's going to take some time, I think. Just rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Okay, so now we're going to carve out this next block. Right after we place this one back in, of course. So we've done 2 blocks, and then we got to do 2 more blocks, like we're doing here. And then after we've done 2 more blocks, we've got to do 1 block. Which we're doing like this. There we go. Takes a lot of doing to manicure your tunnel perfectly, but sometimes you got to do that. Or, you know, maybe your Minecraft subscribers will leave you. You know, that's an interesting example, right? Is when someone makes like basically the same, you know, like let's use Minecraft YouTuber jealousy. If people stop watching Minecraft and my channel dies, like it sucks, but at least I know like, well, I'm playing the wrong game. That's my mistake. Whereas if Minecraft explodes, but just not my channel, that, you know, like there are a lot of channels doing really well on YouTube right now with their, you know, their. It's a thing. That tells me I'm not doing enough to keep up with the current trends. You can apply this to all sorts of things, I guess. Like the things that are the most similar but different to you are the most interesting points of comparison. Despite actually, now that I say that out loud, that sounds like saying nothing. Yeah, the whole point of Toycat streams is random non-Minecraft philosophical discussion, says Danny. Yeah, no, that is the whole point, in my opinion. I think I have to balance it though, because if like no one will ever subscribe specifically to see that. You get what I'm saying? Like I wish I could make a title and thumbnail that was "Let's Talk Philosophy" for 2 hours and have people be excited to watch. But I don't think there'd be a single non-subscriber that would click that. And even a lot of subscribers are like, you know, I don't want to go this deep today. I think that's the challenge. What's the resolution of the challenge is an interesting one. But even if it works, then you have a channel where people don't care about what you're doing in Minecraft. They care solely about like what you're talking about, which sounds like a good thing. But I really do like Minecraft updates. I do want to still play them and be excited about them, and etc. 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 In a way that you just can't if you in a way you just can't when you do all this other stuff. Also, yeah, we're still going to mine a lot of this Netherrack away. I'm going to have so much Netherrack by the end of this, it seems. Just laying around. It's dark. I need to go grab me a torch or 2. Many people would watch that. I tell you what, my next stream that I'm in this tunnel, or I'm placing Netherrack, I'm just going to call it talking about philosophy in the world and stuff. And we'll do like a comparison on the on the performance, etc. Yeah, it might be fun to just talk about blah 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 for a few hours. I would enjoy that. I don't know if it's a good idea, but just because it's not a good idea, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, is what some people might say. Though some people would be wrong. Okay, keep the tunnel mining. Tunnel keeps it mining all night long. Tunnel keeps it mining all night long. Do 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 do. I've been having a bit of a psycho, like a kind of a look at myself as best I can as a person. Honestly, it's something I think we should all do every now and then. It's just like step back and say, if I didn't know me, what would I think about me? It's a good thought exercise, because it makes you realize, you know, like all sorts of things that you don't like in someone else, but you think, you know, I think analyzing all sorts of things, like just change a variable or two and see how it goes. Like I still think, you know, the whole trend of like hating on people called Karens, right? I think that means like roughly a 40-year-old old white lady, I guess 40-year-old is the age, being like, actually, could you, can I get your manager? Can you imagine though, like, if that had been like any other race? If it was like, oh yeah, you're always being such a, you're being such a Kim Lee, you're being such a Gabriella. Actually, what's the generic Mexican name, internet? Or like Latina name, I should say. I actually don't know one. I genuinely cannot tell you. I didn't grow up. There's not a lot of Latin-speaking peoples in the United Kingdom. It might blow your mind to learn that the only Hispanics we get are Spanish people. But I feel as though people would be like, "Ooh, that is not okay, right?" And that is fascinating to me. It's like which means the one cool thing about being, you know, the best thing you might say about being a particular ethnicity is you're the one, you can make as much fun of it as you like. You can tear it down. I used to work for a Gabriella who was Mexican. There are Mexicans in Scotland? Man, I want to know more about this. Consuela, one. Yeah, Consuela, I guess, is more of a generic. I guess I'm picturing like a 40-year-old lady. I'm picturing like a Karen, but, you know, like non-white when you say Consuela, whereas Gabriella seems like a young lady. She seems attractive, you know, it's not really working. Juanita. It's a really interesting parallel to think about. But, you know, and I think nowadays people have come with the logic, you know, it's brand new. So, you know, racism used to mean like, well, you discriminate someone based on the race that they are. Whereas now it's like, well, it's something about historical injustice and like, you know, like it's not actually this if it's not about that. And like so now it's funny because even though that seems like, you know, to people who are doing it, like it's such an honorable thing to do. We're making, yeah, it seems like a really great idea because wow, you're, also I think I have to now mine the ceiling a little bit further, like go more blocks this way. So I'm gonna do that next. It seems like a really cool thing to do. It seems like a great idea, like to make the world more equitable. But I think it's weird because now when we say like words, like even like words to mean just things that everyone is on board with, like yeah, racism. It's like what type of racism are you talking about? Are you talking about like old definition race? You know, it's I sometimes wonder if like complexifying every like 20 years or so we like redefine words in a way that's really good for like fitting the new generation, but makes this like intergenerational conflict sometimes. Like even the word, even like boomer, right? Like there's all these things that are like famously like, oh, boomers do that, and I think it's interesting because first of all, boomer isn't used to mean what boomer actually means, which is like someone born between like 1940 and 60, I think. But it's more interesting. Okay, so we have to go up a little bit here, and then mine every block in a diagonal pattern that way, just to kind of keep it going. Okay, is that good? I think that's good. Mine these blocks. My grandma's name was Consuelo, but she was white. My Hispanic grandpa was named Leonor. Man, I want to know the situation that's going on with that. I want to know the situation that brings people into New Mexico, honestly. You're going to have to tell me about that sometime. You know, it's like... You know, like, I understand, like, the West states. I understand even, like, Arizona. Like, it's sort of west, but not really all the way west. But, like, how does someone end up in New Mexico? I just do not understand. Like, you know, they had lots of outs along the way where they could have not ended up there, and yet they did anyway. It's just confusing. I think I'm just roasting your state at this point, but, you know, someone needs to. Someone needs to. Okay, so I think, actually... Oh, Christ. There's just too many holes in the floor. Too many holes. Oh, Christ. Even worse. Okay. I have never been out of the United States, says Violet is a nerd. You should go sometime. They have good McDonald's. It's true. You know, people might try and tell you it's not. But they have great McDonald's outside of the United States. Okay, so... As long as this is 5 blocks apart, we're good. But I don't think it is. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4 blocks. And it has to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we mine another block this way. There we go. And then we'll just vaguely follow that along for as long as we can in a diagonal-ish direction. If you carpet up on the Nether, do mobs still spawn? Honestly, I think a carpeted Nether would look so good. That's an idea I want to do. Just the entire thing just has a nice red carpet to it. You know, like roll out the red carpet for the ghasts. Or rather, to stop the ghasts. How long are you going to be live today? I don't know why I read that as live when it's clearly live. I'm probably going to be alive for most of today. There's a good question as to whether you're alive when you sleep, though. And if you consider me not alive when I sleep, I'll probably be alive for another 12 hours today. I want to get into waking up a little bit earlier, because I've worked out for the 17-hour live stream. This Friday, by the way, I'm streaming for 17 hours in a row. It'll be one of the longest Minecraft live streams ever. Not just for me, but in the world. Also, thank you, My War, for the $1 tip. Appreciate it. You know, you know, thank you for tipping your favorite Minecraft streamers. As we all know, it's just the done thing. You know, it's just the thing that you do. Hey, Toy Cat, I'm at work too. Well, that's crazy. We're both at work right now, but my work is sitting here killing ghasts and thinking about the intricacies of how long I'm gonna live for. You know, it's about the same work, really. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is correct right here. Which means that as long as we put a block over here, then that's good. And then we'll put a block over here. And then there. Okay, we're back on track. We got this. As long as we don't tear holes in the ceiling, we're onto something. Yeah, it's a lot of work to make a tunnel this big, but the end result is something I am very, very excited for. Miss Pat 100 days. Yeah, it's gonna be 100 days, and I'm gonna show every single one of them, start to finish. I'm gonna learn about 6 hours in why people don't do that, and I'm gonna stay till the end. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be the greatest. I definitely think I need to learn my, like, chill attitude a bit more. Because if I'm, like, talking about the universe and life and how we're all gonna die one day, I think I need to just sometimes be like, so how's life going for everyone? We having a good time? I hope we're having a good time, because if we're not, then this whole stream is for nothing. Yeah, that's what I should do to people. I should aggressively tell them, you better be having a good time. That's what DJs should do. Were you having a good time? I see some of you not cheering. You're gonna have to go to your homes and threaten those close to you if you don't change that attitude, son. That's what people should do. I'm just saying. Good idea. So now we'll mine this way. Make sure this lines up. Mine all of these blocks, maybe. Nope, we'll just get round to that when we get round to that. For now, let's mine out this way. So just to be 100% sure this is 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we mine 2 blocks this way. And then we do the Same over here, and that makes a 2-block pathway, and then same over here. And then there we go. Start tearing it up, and we run and get a ton of blocks. We're going to end up with way fewer Netherrack blocks added to the total today, because we did so much deep state placing and whatnot. But I think that's important too. I think we'll also need like a list to keep things organized. I think that's something I definitely want to do. And a Toy Cat stream, I'm very happy. I'm glad you're having a... I think it'll be... I really appreciate you saying you're going to show up on a Friday the Hallway Angler. It's going to be fun. You know, at one point there'll be one viewer, it'll be me and you. It'll be fun to hang out. I'm looking forward to it. How are you counting the Netherrack mind? I count it by how many blocks I end up with, which means I'm probably undercounting in some ways. Because some of the Netherrack gets destroyed and some of it gets placed. So I try to account for this. It's obviously, it's a close estimate, but I've mined more than 60,000 and less than 100,000, right? So, you know, there's that. There is that. So now we've got a layer of 2. Now we go mine a layer back in for another layer of 2. So we want these blocks to be mined. And we go like this, and then we tear it up. In fact, let's use the Netherrack pickaxe. Netherite pickaxe. Let's treat ourselves for a bit. And wow, look how much wider the tunnel gets when we do this. It sure is getting wide over here. And then that means we can also finally destroy the blocks underneath it, if we really want to. And boy, are there a lot of blocks underneath this. Yeah, this is definitely the best bit, when you've done the precise cuts so you can just destroy the rest with a hammer. Very enjoyable. Look at your stats, you can see how much you've actually mined. This is the Bedrock Edition, there is no stats. I think there should be, like, actually wait, is there stats? No. There's time oh wait, chat, look at that! I hit 6,900 hours at some point. Ooh, 6,900 hours! Oh Christ. That's only on the Bedrock edition. Wait, that can't be correct. Is that all my Bedrock combined? Is it different on my phone? Is that... My bad, thought it was Java. Yeah, there's a few pro tips to spot Java from Bedrock, but yeah, there's a few of them. Nice, a lot of hours. Thank you, internet. Yeah, I play a lot of Minecraft. I don't know if that's ever come up, but I do. I like Minecraft. It's a good game. I like Minecraft so much I'm committing to playing it for 17 hours. And it's not the playing Minecraft for 17 hours that I'm even remotely worried about. It's like, can I mentally stay in a state of mind for that long? I think it's going to be like the wall, right? Where you gotta, once you push through the wall and you convince yourself you can do anything, you can do anything. Once you believe that you can do something, doing that thing becomes much easier. Or I'll just have a breakdown and take a nap 10 hours in. The easiest indicator is the bedrock is the coordinates in the corner. Yeah, that's definitely the indicator I use personally. It's like, see coordinates, know which version you're playing. See, I'm gonna cover this place up now. It's getting in the way. So we'll come to the top here, and we'll just build the tunnel around it. And then that way there'll be fewer ghasts and blazes to kill me for other things. So this is 2 blocks, and goes all the way across the top there. Gets a little bit confusing with the blocks above this, but it's fine. So it keeps on wiggling, and it wiggles, and it wiggles, and it wiggles. So then after that, oh man, these holes in the ground, I gotta patch these up or something. Even if temporarily, just have something in the way of me in this. Because look at that, that's just annoying. A little gap in the ground. Also, we have to place down the shulker box. I do not have it, so I'll throw 1 cobbled deep slate on the ground, pick up some more Netherrack. Okay, so there's 2 of that, and then we mine some Netherrack. So we can go 2 blocks out this way. That's what we do. And then once we've done the 2 blocks that way, as indeed we have for some parts of it, then we have to place down our own Netherrack. Just like so. It has to be placed in such a way, like that. Then we have to place another line of Netherrack just behind that line of Netherrack. Okay, and then there's a too high layer behind that. So it would go like there and there. And there we go. Now we've closed off the cave in a way that is actually useful to us. And we can mine a ton more blocks. I'm behind on the Toy Cat lore. Sometimes I just have giant holes, okay? There doesn't need to be lore. Doesn't need to be an explanation. Just, I like big holes and I cannot lie. I mean, as long as you stream the sleep, it still counts, right? The problem is, if I'm sleeping, then the Minecraft days go slower, which means instead of it being 17 hours, which is the absolute best case scenario, it becomes more like, you know, if we sleep for 10 Minecraft days, that adds an extra 2 hours to the stream, so it becomes 19 hours. So every hour I sleep extends the stream by half an hour. And then also people will be mad. Also, I don't know if you can stream sleeping on YouTube. I know on Twitch they made a rule against it for reasons I don't fully know. I don't know what the rules are on YouTube. And honestly, I haven't bothered to look. You know, it's one of those things where I'd rather find out by doing. Like, it seems like it's quite hard to be banned on YouTube. And so that's good. Yeah, we'll work it all out on Friday. Friday, by the way, 5 a.m. West Coast US time. That's 8 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. So this is Black Friday. Get 100% off a Toy Cat live stream. It's free. That's right, 100% free. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Come watch it. Would like it if you did. Okay, so after the 1-1s, then there's some 2s. We'll remove these blocks just to make this a bit more consistent, I think. And there, and then like, Christ, then here and there, and then there. And now we've closed that off, and then we tear through here. You know, it is very, very satisfying. The last couple straight, like every time I think about this project, I'm like, oh god, how am I ever going to make progress? But as I'm here doing it, I'm like, wow, actually, it is happening, is it not? The thing is coming together. Guess I'm going to bed early on Thursday night. That's what I like to hear, Scoopski Cat. I mean, the YouTube god's going to come and kick you out if they see you sleeping. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you can tell there's no moderation on YouTube. And I don't mean that like, ooh, they're not good moderation. Like, you can tell there's no humans moderating because if you look at the Minecraft category at a given point in time, the amount of it that is actually describable as Minecraft is laughably low. It is very, very, very low. Which is interesting. So at least you might want to slap the Nether Fortress area to stop Nether mobs from spawning. I think I want the Nether mobs spawning, though. I think that genuinely benefits me, because then there's fewer mobs to spawn in the cave. If more mobs spawn in places I can't see, then mobs won't spawn in places I can, is my logic. Don't know if it's correct yet. We'll have to see, won't we? Okay, so now keep placing these blocks. Is that correct? That is correct. Gonna have to place some blocks over here to make this work. Oh yeah, what have I done here? Okay, so remove that block, and that block, and that block, and that one, and then also that one. And also that one. And okay, now actually we're back to good. We're back to good. So this next layer is just single blocks, I think. So it does take a lot of precision placing Netherrack that we just spent a lot of effort to destroy. But you can get a real nice tunnel out of it, I guess. I meant slabbing the part of the fortress that intersects the tunnel. Oh, yeah, you're right. Like this area right here, eventually, to stop mobs spawning on the ground for it, having some slabs be there. I can get through it with some help from my djinn. It also costs 100% more than your streams usually do. Oh, that's a good point. I'm doing 100% on sale. It's going to cost you 7 times more than a normal stream to watch on Friday. But that's okay. Sorry, old bean, don't want to be a bore. But Duff, yeah, stream start on Friday UK time. Oh, sorry, yeah, I was going to go through all the times and I got after like 8 a.m. So it's going to start 4 p.m. UK time and run until 8 a.m. on Saturday UK time. No, it's going to run way later than that. No. It's going to start. It's going to start at 1 p.m. UK time and run till 8 a.m. Saturday UK time. That is my understanding. It'll probably be more like 1:30 because Toykat's always late, and especially if I've just woken up, I'm going to be especially late. But that is the plan. Let's see how it goes. For now, though, let's run up there. Make the tunnel a little bit wider. More visible, something like that. Yeah, it's going pretty well up here, I think. It's going pretty well. Gotta keep the gradient going, obviously. But it's always very nice to see that we could now, even if we stop doing the tunnel now, we could now, like, easily fly the journey. It would just take a few more fireworks than if we smoothen it out a little bit more first. But you know how I feel about extending the journey unnecessarily. Why should we do it? Yeah, in fact, yeah, a lot of the blocks are just pre-mined for me. Which is why it's only 170,000 rather than more like 300,000. Sleep on stream. If a mob spawns in a forest and Toycat is not there to hear it, does it make a sound, says Vic. Now that is the interesting and the poignant idea that we'll never know the answer to. We'll just never get it. That tunnel needs an exorcism. Thank you. You need an exorcism too. You ever think about that? You ever think about how you're the problem in the things you see in the world? You know, the world stays the same, and the world stays the same, and you change. And one of those things becomes a problem. You know which of those two things it is? It's you. You're the problem. Yeah, I really am a big fan of this tunnel, as it is standing so far. It's so much work, but it's also a lot of joy. So let's mine out this big central section. Let's bring a little bit more space to the tunnel. Like, the big open air bits are definitely the ones most worthy of my time and attention and love. Let's give it in mind. Because they're the ones that bring the most, like, vision to the tunnel. Also, how long is the tunnel? The tunnel is 1,000 blocks. It's so ridiculously long. Like, seriously, the amount of blocks you have to manicure for this to work is a little bit crazy, if I'm being totally honest with you. A little bit crazy. But sometimes you gotta do slightly crazy things in Minecraft. Sometimes that's just what you've gotta do. And this is one of those times. Oh, actually, I never got round to those ceiling blocks. Do you see how there's, like, one missing for all of those? Yeah, I'm gonna have to play some scaffold to go get that, I guess. Whereas at least over here, I can easily... Oh no, over here it's corrected. It's literally just that one little section there that I have to fix up. And then we'll be golden. So now we continue a little more over here. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's a good tunnel. I'm proud of my little tunnel. I'm glad to be on the US East Coast. Everyone arranged their schedule around my time zone. It's like being a native English speaker. Everyone in the world comes to us. Yeah, it's amazing. You go anywhere in the world to, like, an airport, and the signs are like, local language, English. And you're like, yeah, it's like... it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Definitely does feel like the world is... It definitely... You know, like, some people would argue it's a bad thing. Like, it's so much harder for you to, like, culturally integrate into other things, because, like, you've never... You know, if you're a non-English speaker, learning English has so many benefits. Whereas learning any one language is, like, very hard to justify. If you're a non-English speaker. So that you could argue that's a downside, but that to me is like saying it's just so good to have English as a primary language that it makes the point of learning language seem silly. That's what it always sounds like when people say stuff like that to me. Use the TNT tunnel bore to help you mine more. You know, that's a good idea. And it rhymed the way I said it, so... Okay, so this is definitely 2. We're sticking with that. And then there's definitely a 2 underneath that. Yep. Let's mine it. Chat, is anyone else finding it to be really dark? I just my screen just doesn't have enough brightness in it. Ooh, should have been Esperanto to be honest. It's so early in the morning for me. I'm not used to streaming this soon in the day. Like, how does anyone wake up at this time normally? And the Friday stream is going to be earlier than this. Oh, ring light. I don't have a ring light here. I use I just lower my blinds, which is why if you look in the background, you can see where the blinds are ruining my background. Big problem, some would say. Has the green screen been working effectively today, by the way? I'm learning French only so I can go to college. Oh, okay, actually, wait, while we're here, you know what, chat? This is like me trying on outfits and being like, which one makes me look good? Which one should I wear to the prom? Should I do this? Or should I do... this? Obviously. Like, so, I do intend to use some of the footage later, I would hope. I'm looking for... Oh, I've got to turn on my game capture, right? That's why. Oh, no. Oh, I've got to turn off my Windows 10. No. Turn off Java 2. There we go. Okay. What do you reckon, Internet? For... I think this would be better if my green screen worked correctly. Whereas this one will work the entire time because all I have to do is turn off the green screen. Edit filters. We'll just turn off the green screen. And then we'll lower it a bit. Oh, it looks kind of weird that I don't fit to the corners though. Maybe I should just minimize the box. I don't know, or maybe I should go for like this, where I'm in the corner. Like this. It'd be super low budget if I did it this way, though. Room reveal. Room reveal, indeed. What, like, this is really rough around the edges. I could probably crop this to make it a circle. Or something like that. That might be the best way. Yeah, maybe, actually. Can you crop into a circle? How to make facecam circle. How to make facecam circle. You go to sources, webcam mask. Okay, let me see if I can do that right now. This is important, Internet. You should crop the top, there's not enough unnecessary space there. Yeah, that's why I feel like, also, something about the boxiness just looks really rough. So, what if we go of like, okay, we're gonna add a filter. And then a webcam mask. Or an image mask / blend? What does that even mean? Stretch image, alpha mask, blend, multiply. What am I doing right now? I don't actually know. Okay, so I'm doing something. Can you spot what it is? I genuinely can't. Okay, so we'll discard that. It'd be funny if you had a big post behind you that said reveal, and then... Yeah, I think what I should do is, like, just... I think you should have a little corner of the screen that's carved out over here. Like, I wonder how I do that, though. Yeah, let's find out. Okay, so... Use image masks. So... Go to plus under the effect filters to add an image mask and blend. You will make 2 changes. Okay, so wait. Okay, I'm gonna try this actually. You're gonna add a file or something like that. You add a media source to your scene. What does that even mean? Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Image mask blend. Circle. Okay, and then we'll make the path a... They've got to be very specific paths, it seems. So we'll just go, but for now we'll just pick a picture, a Minecraft picture, or maybe it's got to be one that has like transparency in it. I'm not sure how this works at all, Internet. I'm working this out as I go. Okay, so... Oh, look, I'm appearing behind the mob vote now. Do you see me, internet? Do you see how I'm, like, blended with that? So now I just gotta find circle image transparent background. And then I'll put myself in the circle. I'll put myself on the big red circle that people use for thumbnails, actually. You know the one. You don't know it, maybe, but you do know it. Okay, so we go to... Okay, this isn't quite what I had in mind. I don't know what's... Okay, and now I'm gone. How do I make me come back? Like, you can see the circle... Okay, so then we'll... Okay, so I've got to have a filled-in circle. And then that way... Because right now I'm only appearing in the ring of the circle. Do you see my face over here, internet? So just like circle filled in. Okay, so we just find a big like purple circle or something, and then we just we put that there instead. Okay, I'm seeing it now, internet. Ah, now I'm a circle. Ah, see that, and then we just got to make the color not ugly. Can I just not have a color? There we go. Look at that. Now I'm a circle, internet. Isn't this fun? And then if I just like put the circle like there. What do you reckon about this as face cam, internet? I don't know how to stop this like ugly color filter thing. Blend multiply. No. Blend addition. That's also awful. Blend subtraction. You know, there we go. I don't know. Can you see there's a little extra piece of face cam over there? Yeah, you know, this is as good as we're getting, I think. What do you reckon? Why does the circle have a weird line? That's a very good question. So I'm going to make my own shape. Because I think having, like, maybe a triangle or, like... Because now, there is still too much up there. I think I need a semicircle, if I'm being honest. Okay, wait. Semicircle. We'll just find a big old semicircle, right? Okay. This is my big semicircle. So right now I look like this. We'll like up the face cam a tiny bit. Right now I look like this. But if we change it so that I look like this. Ah, that's nice, right? I like this. What do you reckon, internet? Do you like the semicircle look? Make a totem-shaped mask. Hexagons are the best guns. And then if I just, like, hide half of it... I think this is the angle of me that you actually want to see. We could then green screen the background out as well. Oh, that's weird. But I think, yeah, we roll that down for the most part. Yeah. Okay, so shall I go a little bit further to the right or a little bit further to the left here? I think if I'm like that, that's a more interesting shape. What do you reckon, internet? Will you go all the way so you can see the America flag too? How are you feeling? You still have a handle on top, like a weird transparency pumpkin? I wonder where that is coming from. That is a weird something. Let's see if I can... Is that part of the image? Is there a reason that this exists? Yeah, it's like deliberately keeping my vent in view. Why does it think everyone needs to see that vent? So I'm gonna have to crop the image from the top. Also. So if I just like that. No matter how much you crop it, it's still, unless I really zoom in. Like this. It doesn't go away. Okay, so I'll add like top crop to this. I can do it. It top crop. I can do it. It's just very confusing as to why I have to, you know? Like if we cut all the way down, you can see just my... Yeah, okay, you know what? There isn't... We've got most of the fundamentals working now. Wait, what if I top crop it from the bottom instead? Okay, so 0, we try 150 hit. Is this good internet? Is this my best dress angle? Okay, top. We'll leave that. That's the best way we can look as a semicircle. as it so turns out. Maybe shrink the background instead. You fixed it. YouTube wants everyone to see your vent. It's just such a confusing... Okay. So now you can still see the cow. You can see my flag. You can see my green screen. I used to have to hide like what was behind it. Like now it's still kind of ugly. But you don't need to. It's all fine. Okay, nice. I think we've got a stream layout for... I think we could probably add like then if we want to be real fancy, I could add a little outline to this. What do you reckon instead? Do you think an outline will look better, or do you think it looks better that I don't have an outline? I could see it going both ways. Lol, TC's venting. Sorry, says Souppot. YouTube just really wants me to vent, apparently. I mean, that's the message I'm getting here, at least. Okay, so YouTube loves vent content. I think one of these... I think the tunnel might be too long at the top here. Not entirely sure. We'll have to measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that seems fine to me. I think it's just these few blocks here, where maybe there is a block missing. It's impossible to count, so we just won't. We'll instead follow this along and say it needs to go 2 blocks along everywhere. And so remove that block, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. All the way along until we hit something. Nice. Being just out of reach means it's really good for not mining any blocks by accident. And then the next layer goes much the same way. We mine these ones, and these ones, and these ones, and these ones. Then the next layer below that is all about all of this. And then eventually we get a real nice shapely tunnel. I think maybe no outline, maybe a fade around the edge. We should add a fade, you reckon? Okay, I've got so many filters on this, but why not keep adding more? Let's see if I've got that option. We got scaling / aspect ratio scroll. You know, this is not a good idea, but let's add it anyway. So one of the options we can add, if we really want to, is this one. What do you reckon, internet? Do you like this? Hello, goodbye. I missed you. I'll see you soon. Whoa, it's me again. It's good to see you. Wow, it's been so long. I went to the away place, and they really make you reconsider what's going on in your life there. But thank God I'll never be going again. No, not again. You can't do this to me. Okay, I'm now boring. Okay, so that's fun. Don't get me wrong. We can also do it the other way around if we want to. So we can make it so that slowly but surely, I just kind of... they're shrinking me. They're taking me away, internet. They don't want me to tell you about the chemicals that they're putting in the water. But I think they're really good. I think there should be more chemicals in... And then, yeah. Obviously this can happen until we slowly come back. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually do a real stream at some point. I mean, you could argue I've already done the stream, and now we're just planning for the next one. So really, this is basically work, if you think about it. Just realized someone gave me a membership. Congratulations, Vivara Mironov. Vivara. I've never heard of Vivara. That's a fun new name. First time for everything, including learning of Vivara. Thank you very much for the tip, Angela Van Kampenhout. Streamlabs won't let me tip in euros, probably because euros are fake money. Euros do give me some of the most fake money vibes. I think the dollar is definitely more fake. Wait, I've got dollars in my pocket right now. Got some number of dollars in here. Okay, so look at my very real currency here. Wow, I could pay you this and you would give me a pint of beer or a croissant and a coffee Or I could give you this piece of paper, and that's good, apparently. Like, why? $1 is worth, like... You can't buy... There aren't even dollar... Why do they have $1 that's a physical bill? I still don't understand that, honestly. Babushka, I'm going to hell for this. You are indeed, but thank you very much for the tip. Babushka. What a fun name that is. You made that guy's dream come true. The guy who kept asking me to say it. You made it happen. And that was very nice of you. Dihydrogen monoxide is literally just H2O. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. No, my favorite thing is, like, things that sound scary but aren't. So, like, along the same line as, like, trying to scare people by being like, there's dihydrogen monoxide coming out of the taps right now. The other one is, like, do you think we should teach children Arabic numerals? And everyone's like, oh, no. Until they realize that that's just what numerals are. Which, to be fair, I mean, like, when you think about it, it makes sense that people are just saying, like, I think they should learn the numbers I learn, and they just don't know what the numbers are. Like, is that a wrong thing to be technically wrong about? The answer is apparently yes, so try not to do it next time, huh? So when is Tunnel 10 going to be released as DDX 2021? I really like this Tunnel series. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow anyway. But no, I think I'm coming back to the UK, and it's going to be a long time before I'm back here with this fun semicircular setup. And so Infinite Tunnel. And so there is an interesting question of, like, when does this all come back? I think I have to at some point make the preparations to make this function in the place that it's at right now. At some point we have to make that leap. Who's to say when that some point is, though? So let's take all of the Nether quartz with me now. I'm gonna go do some chest keeping now, internet. I'm gonna take all my blaze rods out. I've got so many blaze rods. I might take my bones. I'll take my ghast tears. Yeah, let's take the bones. You know, we always need bones at some point, right? And then we're going to take all the Nether quartz that we've just picked up. Just, you know, it seems important. Seems like the sort of thing I might want. What is that one random chest there doing by itself? And then I can come back and I can pick up all the Netherrack, all the Nether brick, as I need to do that. But for now, we want to make sure we don't lose the most important things. How does the beacon work if there's a bedrock roof? Sorry, if it sounds like a stupid question. Beacons can actually go through bedrock in the Nether and the end, specifically because the bedrock there, which is a pretty cool little consolation. It's good game design in my opinion. Thank you for tolerating me at all, says Daniel Coetzee. You know what? Tolerating people... More people should appreciate the toleration of other people. Rather than having to love thy neighbor, it should be more like, tolerate thy neighbor. That's a more achievable goal, in my opinion. Also, there's a shulker box. I'm definitely going to lose forever if I don't go get it right now. So I'll waste 2 fireworks and going there and then coming back. It's probably worth doing. So I think it's in this little hole over here, right? Yeah, it's got... Honestly, it's just another problem to sort through, but it's my problem to sort through. So I'm gonna go do that. Okay, chat, we're gonna do everyone's favorite thing now. We're gonna sort things into chests. You all said you wanted a chest sorting live stream. Now you're getting one. I want to get like up on top of the Let's Play world before it gets too bad. So let's do it. I've never used an Elytra. Why is that, Cat? Do you have a fun reason? Is there something behind that? Or is it just, yeah. Also, when will so the next one will be the last Freedom stream. I actually don't know when I'll do the, I don't know, like, I know on Friday I'm streaming 100 days. That's a given unless something tragic happens in my life. Or something really good, but probably something tragic. So is it the ore chest I can put my Nether quartz in? Or do I just put my Nether quartz in here? Yeah, I guess I should move my Nether quartz out of here and into somewhere better. So So let's take all of these and move them into the war chest. We'll make a whole row of these. Because, you know, it's just nice to have. If I ever need to build my own Nether, wow, what a fun idea that's definitely not going to happen. That'd be where I go. My Nether brick gets a little re-up. And then all these bones have to go somewhere. I just never learned, then kind of didn't want to because everyone said I should. Wow, that attitude sure sounds familiar. I have no idea what that sounds familiar from. But that's some good logic. I hope that works well for you. No, I do totally feel that. Like, when enough people say you gotta do something, it's like, now I'm not gonna enjoy doing it. I'm not just gonna do something because you tell me to. That's not what fun is. But yeah, now we can get all the cooked beef. But speaking of cooked beef, one of the other little problems I need to solve here is I need to go get the, I need to get some wheat, because I need to breed my cows, so I can kill my cows and get leather, etc. But how can I do that if I haven't got the stuff? So I think I've got fortune on my shovel. I do not. I've got fortune on my axe, so I'll use my axe to mow it all down. Let's go. I think actually the only thing we're getting from this is extra seeds, but that's fine, I guess. Let's go do this. We had problems with what were being suggested, so I told her okay, I think I think that it's very easy. Like, I know some people really are good with recommendations, like, oh yeah, you tell me this? Great idea. Some people just like, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. That's how it be, and that's how it is. But yeah, okay, so well, you know, like, speaking of never learning and then it being tricky, there are so many things like that where once you get behind the curve, it's like admitting you're behind on something. That's like not fun to do when you could just not be behind on something by not doing it. I think there's a lot of examples of that in life that can come up. I think one for me was like driving. When I was like 17, every one of my friends are like getting driving lessons paid for. And I was like, I need to do that. So I looked into how much it cost to do it myself. It's like, it's £1,000. I'm like, I'll save to do that. I'll make sure But it's like, I have to spend money and put time into this thing. That I don't really see myself do. It's like, okay, who can be bothered with this? Or like, I don't know, like, home decoration. I always see memes that are like, guys can live happily just like this. And it'll show just a room with a single seat, a TV, and like a computer. And like, it's so true. Again, I don't think I showed off my room before. This is what it looks like now. It's just clothes on the ground. There's a bag of rubbish in the corner, an American flag, and then there's my stream setup. This is the ideal life setup. This is the tippity top of the best. Because yeah, like other stuff around, just like, oh, you have to mentally think about it, and you don't want stuff to think about. You just want some space to enjoy. Your room looks like an isolation cell. Some would say that it is. No, yeah, isolation cell is good though. If you want to focus on your thing, you don't want all these luxuries. You just want to get your thing done. You want to make sure you're doing it right. At least that's my take. Maybe it's my bad take, but that's my take. So yeah, we want a lot of wheat. It's going to be very important to get a ton of this. Freedom cow tips. You not tip the cow. People are always telling me I've got to tip cows. I'm just saying, internet. If you wanna do it, that's the way. You ever heard of white room torture, Toy Cat? I have not. Tell me about white room torture. One of the tortures I still don't know if it's real or not, like if it would work, is the drip torture, where they just drip. They put the tap on the lowest setting on your forehead, and eventually that drives you crazy. I don't know if that's real, but it's something I hear about a lot. Also, freedom cow. You know, this cow is living the freest life a person can live. I'm just saying. You ever think about the specialness that a cow has? The bond, really? Java is better though, bro. You know, good point. I didn't realize... Chat, did you guys know that Java is better? Why didn't someone let me know before just now? Thank you, Ryan Nutsen, for saying what everyone else was too scared to get across. To being the brave hero that we needed. Yeah, I think what I might just have to do is a whole stream where I just mine wheat. Until I have so much that I can stop worrying about it forever. Because it is annoying doing this in little batches here and there. I was today 8 years old when I learned Java was better, bro. Yeah, no, it's crazy to learn. It's life-changing, even, some have said. Some have implied. But it's true. I mean, people wouldn't just say it if it wasn't true. Also, what am I doing with all my seeds otherwise? There's going to be a fun place for them. I never knew that. Yeah, it does work, but it's more about being tied down than the drip. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's... Ultimately, that's it, right? Also, Hexateron says... Tell me about your... No, wait, who was it that was telling me about the... Tell me about white room torture. I want to know. Is that where they put you in a room full of white people? And then that's the torture? See, I can make that joke. You take any other ethnicity, and that is a very deeply offensive joke. Yeah, Mythbusters did it. You know, that is a, isn't that what everyone, isolationism? Seeds, put it next to the chicken farm. Yeah, honestly, having a nice chicken farm would go pretty well. Seeds. Anyway, see, I'm going to make myself a ton of cows. So many of the game lags, and then I'll kill them all. So I have enough meat to last forever. Because I am just now running out of all of that. So yeah, he's wrong, Bedrock is. Java's better tips. Yeah, if you think Java's better, put your money where your mouth is. Or put your mouth where your money is, at least. You can do one of those things. I was today years old earlier today. Wow, that's crazy. I cannot believe how recently that was for you. Let's do a little bit of chest organization while we're here, actually. Let's, you know, chat, this is your dream stream today. I'm gonna take some of the... Obviously, I'm gonna take all my leather and make it into books later here. But I'm finally gonna do some chest organization. So, all of the stuff in here is a little bit mixed up with the potions. So we need to move it down here. Clearly. Move that down there. Move that down here. And move this down there. And then we can even put the potions, like, next to the thing that it's for. So this is my gas tier point. And this is where my... yeah, okay, there we go. We could put the glass bottles probably should go on the top left, so they're most visible. And the Nether... Yeah, I'd say the Nether wart should go above that stuff. Okay, so then we'll put the gunpowder next, and the dragon breath next to the glass bottles. I think all of this magma cream is unnecessary. I think I'm never gonna... Like, magma cream is such a pointless... I don't need it in this quantity. So I think I should just take 64 out, throw it away, or put it in a miscellaneous chest. And then I should also maybe organize this. Yeah. I should rename the chest so that way it's easy to do. I built the Let's Play house today during the stream, thanks Toycat for the inspiration. It's a shame, because of this alley that's lying around, I can't go show you my Let's Play house, but I like it a lot. Magma Cream is good for fire resistance potions, but I just have so many fire resistance potions. I mean, I guess we can make another 64, have an infinite amount if we wanted to. Maybe that's what I need to do for a stream, is just make fire resistance potions on fire resistance potions, and then take them to the Nether, so they're where I'll actually need. Because if we're being honest, that's where you want fire resistance, right? So yeah, let's make some fire resistance potions, take them to the Nether, and leave them in a big chest. Like maybe the barrel over there. That's a good idea. Even then though, I'm still going to use like 10 magma creams to make a whole inventory worth of fire resistance. It does just seem a little short-sighted. Make gilded magma creams. Now that's an idea I like. Also, just realize how many places you're going to hurt in after roughly 24 hours of straight sitting. You might want to stand for 15 minutes every hour or something. Let's test that, actually. Okay, so if I want to stand, I have to be over here for a bit. Which I can totally do, if not for the cutting off. So if I want to stand, all I have to do is go in here and turn off the image mask. And even if I do that, I'd have to get further away from the camera. If I want to stand, I'm going to have to raise this a little bit. It's very tricky too. But if I raise the camera, I can make it work. But I think the audio quality is going to be a big downgrade for people who want to watch it if I'm doing this. So that might be something to consider. I could bring the microphone with me and hold it in... No, I can't hold it in a hand. If I had a bigger mic stand, I could. But I don't. So yeah, useful to know. Useful to know. What does it require to make potion of weakness? I'm trying to get cheap mending books. If you were to stand wearing a t-shirt with the stream link on it, white tee and marker. Oh, that's actually a cool idea. Actually, get a t-shirt that says streamlabs.com/toycat to remind people that exists. That's a really good idea. Would be pretty ironic if the chest burnt. If the chest burnt? If the chest burnt. Because you wouldn't have had any... Why would the chest... I don't get it, man. I want to get it. I'm standing with you, Toycat. Thank you for standing in solidarity with me. Appreciate that a lot. Oh, right, That's a good point. You'd have to be careful. Yeah, no, I think okay. So for tomorrow, I'm doing ultra hardcore. So that's hardcore with no health regen. So obviously the ideal is to get myself a ton of golden apples so I can easily eat and get myself health if I need it. However, I also want to be I want to like go full paranoia mode. So there's no totems allowed. It's gonna be one of my rules. And so I want to like, besides getting protection armor, and then have fire resistance potions and golden apples, what can we do to make dying unlikely? Because the whole stream really is ruined if I die. I cannot overstress that. So yeah, what do you reckon? Will you be playing Tiny Salmon Edition? I'm playing Bedrock because it works way better when I run it from my Xbox. I think it'd be fun to play 17 hours of Java, don't get me wrong. But I am playing Bedrock for that long. Resistance Beacon. Yeah, Resistance Beacon might... Oh, the problem with getting a beacon is you have to kill the Wither. I'd have to be sure... I need to be sure I can kill the Wither before I give that a try. Stay in the overworld and avoid all lava. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fire resistance potions, just so when I do fall into lava inevitably, because it just always happens, I want to be very, very easily able to avoid the consequences of that. A shield of unbreaking, free, and mending. Yeah, no, a shield is going to be good too. Bedrock works so much better on my phone. It's not just your phone. It's a lot of people's mobile telecommunication devices. The anxiety will be high. How many times have you beat the Ender Dragon? Oh, it's gotta be closing in on like 50 by now. I don't have an exact count, obviously. But I used to do it a lot. I had a real big speedrunning phase where I'd beat the dragon a ton. You know, as you might expect in a speedrun, you gotta kill the Ender Dragon. Okay, so that should be enough cow's bread. Now we run through, we kill the adults. Get myself some nice... Oh, I think I killed some babies in there. Okay, there we go. Plenty of meat. Throw in the chest. I probably should be like healing up my pickaxe. Needs a little bit more life in it. But at the very least we got our armor all the way back to full. And we got a little bit more meat. And we got a full stack over here. What more could we ask for? In fact, we can also go... You know, it's painful to do, but let's go do it. So let's take our lever, throw it in there. We are also going to go now switch out my pickaxe. Also, what if you killed the Wither, and what if you tried to kill the Wither and the Dragon at the same time? It says Owen build. You know, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely crazy. Some would say too crazy. No, it used to be a strategy. I don't know if it still has any validity. But it used to actually be somewhat smart to spawn in the Wither and the Dragon at the same time. Because then you could kind of get them to... You know, like, the Wither doesn't like the Dragon, and so it helps you out in some ways. But they deliberately make it so you can't spawn them in the same area. You have to go for a little bit of chaos if you want it to happen. Hi, how's your day going, says Christopher Tomlinson. My day's going well so far, thank you for asking. I'm preparing for my 17-hour stream that's happening on Friday. Some would say I will regret it. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to spawn in. I'm going to try and get golden apples as like an early on thing. Then I'm going to try and get librarians going. Like a nice village. Like a really safe, protected thing. Then I want to find myself an amethyst geode. Or a mob spawner. Like a mob spawner for XP could be kind of nice. Or like, you know, max out the spawn cap or something. Then I think we're gonna like do some. Then I think in there we wanna kill the dragon at some point, which is, you know, it's a scary idea, but we're gonna do it the safe way. I think like playing hardcore the real way or something like that could be a lot of fun. But yeah, my goal is not to die, as you can guess, as you can probably quite easily assume. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people asking, like, you know what, Kat, this is the one painful thing, because I'm gonna call it ultra hardcore. There's gonna be people who are like, oh, I don't see the hardcore hearts. There's gonna be like, yes, but if we die, it's over. I'm sorry that we don't have access to hardcore yet. Take that up with the Minecraft developers, not me. Is almost what I'm gonna want to say. So yeah, let's sort out this chest. There's some copper ore, easy to move. Some stones, some cobblestone, some tuff, some gravel. In fact, let's move it all out of here. Put it in my inventory. And now I'll be forced to deal with it. And then I've got this one. Just move it all out. And I'll be forced to deal with it. So all ore goes in here. Nice and easy. Tuff goes in here. That's calcite. This is tough. I have far too much of it. But it's fine. Then stone goes in here. Yeah, this is the chest organization stream we all dreamed of. It's finally happening. I have a lot of spare shulker boxes here. Man, that's tough. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to Friday. Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Is what people will tell you. All that. I'd say get a mod to make the hardcore hearts. Oh yeah, I actually do have a mod, but you can't get it on your Xbox. You can't use external files on your Xbox, even if you download them legit. I think that's a dumb rule. Actually, maybe if I put it on a world, then send that world over to the Xbox, it would work. Can you move add-ons to Xbox via realms? I wonder if you can. I think you logically should be able to. Yeah, add-ons are not available on Xbox and Nintendo Switch. And there's no way to transfer them. Yeah, you can't... Yeah, there's... That is kind of crazy, actually. So, wait, if we go into the settings right now... Okay, so this is my realm. There are behavior packs. Okay, so that logically there is a way to do this. I'm gonna have to work this one out. Nice green screen coverage. Thank you. I'll make it better for you. Don't worry. Oh, do you want to see my bathroom? You like the look of it in there? I leave the door open because I don't understand why doors exist. You ever think about, like, this is going back to the living in a jail cell. Like, if you have, like, you open doors just so you can close them later. Like, it's such a, it's such a waste of time and effort for everyone involved. which is why everyone should live in a doorless society. I'm just saying. No, if you live by yourself, you really don't need to close the door when you go to the bathroom. It's like life-changing. You realize how much of what you have to do to live with others is learned behavior. And that can be good or a bad thing. Doors are for the weak. Indeed they are. Thank you for watching today, by the way. It's been a fun 2.5 hours. Friday's stream will be another 15... I'll have gone to this point, and then I'll still be streaming for 15 more hours on Friday. Jesus Christ, I cannot... I can't imagine that. I don't even know what that feels like. But it'll be a lot of fun, I think. I hope. Man, that is just insanity. What am I up to? Oh. Anyway, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. If you did, then like it. And please do show up on Friday so that I am streaming to more than 2 people. Or, you know what, don't. Either way, you can watch it after. It'll be a 17-hour VOD, so, like, it'll be easy to watch. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on Friday. Oh, and there's going to be a new server video out later, but it's going to be a short, because I wanted to try something different. Will be fun. See you then.